I'll start the show then. Hello, good evening, everybody. I welcome you to this webinar on the special occasion of the National Day of the Girl Child. I will start the program with the IMA prayer. May everybody be happy. May everybody be healthy. May everybody be free from pain. May everybody be free from sorrow. May we be the healing cure beyond every greed and lure. Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am, you have...
Who is speaking, madam? Then shall
Sir,
I?
Yes, sir. We request you to.
Yeah. Good evening to all. Today is a very auspicious day for us. We are celebrating a National Girl Child Day. As you all know, it is a very important day for us. We are really conducting a very good topic regarding the child, various problems. Very renowned speakers are there. On this occasion, I want to take the names of our Secretary, Karunakaran, and Chairman of the Women Doctors Wing, Manpreet Kaur, Tehalia, and all the Women Doctors Wing subcommittee, past Chairman of this Women Doctors Wing, Geeta J. Toppa Madam, and Dr. Y.J. Some Madam, and Dr. Vaidyavati Vaidya, and Dr. Anuradha Parameshwara Madam, and Dr. Sulochana Chinwalar Madam, and Dr. Shashikala Aswane Madam. You are doing such a wonderful, marvelous work. In my tenure since 3 months, you are conducting so many webinars by the benefit of all the doctors and students of this and women doctors, especially they are working very well. Today also, we have got a very renowned speakers like Dr. Shanta Durga Madam and Mr. Ajit Singh and Dr. Ravi Kumar Pattar. Topics are an overview of girl child, her rights, various social tradition, and acid attacks, their journey and ours, and acid attacks and grievous injuries by fire, first aid and damage control. Really, we have to discuss in detail. This is a need of the hour. What our children are facing the problem. ಇಂದಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಮುಂದಿನ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳು. ಹಾಗೆ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಪಾತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಕಾಲಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ವುಮನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನಡೆದು ಬಂದ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಶ್ಲಾಘನೀಯ. ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ತೊಂದರೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಮೆಟ್ಟಿ ನಿಲ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾರಲ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ತೊಂದರೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಿವಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬಾಗಿ ನಿನ್ನೆದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ಮನ್ಪ್ರೀತ್ ಕೌರ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹಾಗೂ ವುಮನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿಂಗಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸ್ಗೂ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ಗೂ, ಎಲ್ಲ ವೈದ್ಯ ಮಿತ್ರರಿಗೂ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಶುಭ ಹಾರೈಸುತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Go ahead, madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Soumya?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. It's my great honor to say a few words about National Girl Child Day on this great occasion. And first of all, I would like to wish all the ladies over here and their co-workers, family members, and all the females a very happy National Girl Child Day. And just a few words about why do we celebrate this day and how it all came into the light. National Girl Child Day we celebrate to raise the awareness about significance of education, rights, and health for girl child. And it all started by Ministry of Women and Child Development in 2008. And the day highlights the prevalent gender discrimination at several levels. And also the day is recognized to help girls emerge as valued individuals within their families, communities, and nation. The day guarantees that the girls' rights, respects, values are upheld across the nation. And if there is no girl child in the family, there's no prosperity, happiness, or glory. Always care for her, love her, and respect her. And respecting a woman does not come at once. And we say boys, we say males, they don't respect girls. And I personally feel that respecting a human or respecting a girl should start at home. And it should start at home by teaching our sons to respect an individual and as a girl and wishing everyone once again a happy National Girl Child Day. And today we have wonderful speakers. When I was just going through the CVs of each one of them, it was really inspiring, and it's really a great honor to have all of them on this special occasion. Ma'am, shall I call upon the speakers?
Yeah, ma'am. First, there is a small film, and then the first speaker will be called upon, Mr. Ajit Ji. So before we begin with that, a short film that we have made on the occasion of the Girl Child, one more thing that I would like to highlight about the National Girl Child Day is that this is a day, you know, when this is a day which urges us to introspect as to where our society has brought the girl child to. It's for all the parents and all the elders, in fact, to ask ourselves these two questions, that whether I have taught my son to respect all women, and there are no two ways about it. And number two, whether I have taught and imbibed that confidence in my daughter that she is second to none. The shocking sex ratio of some Indian states and union territories bear an ample proof that something is just not right on that front. And hence this day is a celebration to remind us all that the girl child too is special and should be nurtured, loved, educated, and protected. If each one of us spreads this awareness to even one other person, then a change for the better is not far. With that, I would request John to play that short film to begin with the program, and then we will go on to the first talk of the day. John, can we please have the film? John? Hello? John, can you please play it from the beginning? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, I'm doing.
Yeah, okay.
चिड़ैया नन्ही सी चिड़िया अंगना में फिर आ जा रे ओरी चिड़ैया नन्ही सी चिड़िया अंगना में फिर आ जा रे अंधियारा है घना और लहू लहू से सना किरणों के तिनके अंबर से चुनके अंगना में फिर आ जा रे। हमने तुझ पे हजारों सितम है किए, हमने तुझ पे जहां भर के जुल्म किए, हमने सोचा नहीं तू जो उड़ जाएगी, ये ज़मीं तेरे बिन सूनी रह जाएगी। किसके दम पे सजेगा मेरा अंगना, ओरी चिरैया मेरी चिरैया, अंगना में फिर आ जा रे। तेरे पंखों में सारे सितारे जड़ूं, तेरी चूनर धनक सतरंगी बुनूं, तेरे काजल में मैं काली रहना भरूं, तेरी मेहंदी में मैं कच्ची धूप मलूं, तेरे नैनों सजा दूं नया सपना, ओरी चिरैया मेरी चिरैया, अंगना में फिर आ जा रे। ओरी चिरैया नन्ही सी चिड़िया, अंगना में फिर आ जा रे।
Soumya ma'am. Dr. Soumya? Ma'am, you're mute. Dr. Soumya, you're mute.
Hello.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Very beautiful video, ma'am. Mixed feelings, very heart touching, very scary.
Yes.
I mean, it was a mixed feeling for the video. As Swami Vivekananda said, the best thermometer to measure the progress of any nation is to see how they treat the women in their country. So we should all introspect ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we
Okay, ma'am.
ready?
Let's move on to the.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the speakers?
Yes, please. Dr. Karunakar sir has joined. Thank you, sir. For
Yeah, I'm listening. Please go ahead. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful program. It was very touching one, whatever is played till now. Thank you so much. Hope it reaches everybody. Please carry on. Thank you so much.
Ma'am.
I welcome our today's first speaker, Mr. Ajit Singh Ji. Mr. Ajit is a board member and Chief Operations Officer of the Chan Foundation. He is the in charge of daily operations of the company, welfare of acid attacks and other disability survivors, and the Shiro's Empowerment Project, human resource, voluntary management, and policy development. Under his leadership, the foundation has developed numerous educational programs and thought-provoking workshops where volunteers are taking part from across the globe. The most striking thing about Mr. Ajit Ji is his dedication and sense of activism when it comes to bring change in the lives of the acid attack survivors. His work in the organization is based on his own experiences of trauma and reincarnation. Ajit is a 100% physical disability survivor and has undergone a rigorous and long treatment before he learned how to survive when most of his voluntary organs functions properly. Early in 2016, Ajit began to work as a community leader by opening a computer training school in Lakhimpur district of Uttar Pradesh with a very little or no resources. Around sometime he came in the contact of Chan Foundation team and joined the campaign against acid violence. And that's how his service in this and his work in this field has brought him here. And he found a way to reconstruct the team and all the other activities over the Zoom platform during this COVID times. He actively participated in fundraising campaigns and added hundreds of active volunteers in the team. And with all the marathon efforts of the team under his leadership, he saved the situation, and Chan Foundation could help everyone who contacted them during the first and the second wave of COVID-19. One of the finest thing about him as a COO of the organization is that he's always in search of a meaning in his life, and that does reflect in his approach. This overarching care antedated his own career as a full-time committed social worker who is today changing hundreds of lives. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, Soumya, for the lovely introduction, and thank you so much, WDW, for inviting us and giving us the opportunity to share the views and thoughts about acid violence in India. So Chan Foundation, started working for the rehabilitation of acid survivors in 2013 after Supreme Court verdict and the amendment and the reform came into effect, like IPC 326 A and B came into effect, and the criminalization of the act of taken place. So after that, the challenge was how to rehabilitate these survivors, because one side we are planning to prevent just to happen these attacks, but on the other side we are rigorously planning and working for the rehabilitation, because once we trying to ensure the punishment, through the awareness, just to prevent this attack. But if anyhow the attack happens, what next? Because survivors will ask the question, because it is one of the most heinous kind of a thing. If you just consider in India, a girl child plus underprivileged plus a SEDAC victim plus disability survivor, it is worst combination ever you can experience. Like being a girl child, underprivileged girl child, and attacked by acid, and when you came to disability, so it is a worst case scenario if you just consider. So yeah, we started in 13 for the rehabilitation work, and just after the inception of the Chan Foundation, we started Shiro's Hangout Cafes. So the concept is behind, like these survivors initially go through long treatment process, like 2 to 3 years, and after that we provide them counseling and training support. And after counseling and training, when they feel comfortable and just to open to the society, they just join Shiro's Hangout Cafes. And Shiro's Hangout Cafe work as a a social entrepreneurship model kind of a thing, because when survivors go there with minimum skills, they just learn how to face people, because the first and foremost thing is to just make them comfortable to face new people around, because the disability is not to not able to face people. If you ask how they are disabled, if they are comfortable to see, they are able to walk, all the sensory organs are working, then how they are disabled? Many people ask this question. They are disabled just because they don't able to face new people. They don't able to go out there and ask whatever is very normal for the any other person. So Shiro's Hangout Cafe offer them on a daily basis new guests, and guests usually ask them what happened, and they tell the story again and again. And very rightly said, when you share your story again and again, and it doesn't make you cry, that means you're healed. Healing is simple, as simple as that. Because if you want your normal face again, it won't possible. Never. You cannot, achieve your normal face again. Never, never in your life. Multiple operation, whatever you do. So the only thing is you just consider yourself, normal, and treat people, face people with a confidence. So Shiro's Hangout cafes are the places where these survivors enroll themselves, they work there for livelihood, and they meet new people around every day. So the campaign, one side we do awareness activities, events, workshop on the cafe, and on the other side these survivors get rehabilitated. So this is the concept. So 13 we started Charm Foundation. 14 we started first Shiro's Hangout cafe in Agra. 16 we started another cafe in Lucknow, and 22nd we started third Shiro's Hangout cafe in Noida. So we have 3 locations and approximately 35 West survivors working there. And apart from these, approximately 100 plus survivors are directly connected from the organization, and they are getting treatment and other rehabilitation benefits. So this is the story. I guess I'm just मैंने मुझे लगता है cover किया है. I'm just conveying in this Hindi also, because survivors थोड़ा हिंदी में comfortable होंगे. So now it's I just want Pramodini just come to the stage and share, because as a part of this event, I just wanted to share the complication and the challenges in the treatment process. Because जैसा मुझे लगता है कि we have panel of doctors, so you better understand in the terms like how they undergone the very rigorous treatment and क्या रहा उनके साथ. This is one part, and another whatever challenge they are overcoming, it is a great example which we can understand and get motivated this day to celebrate Girl Child Day. So thank you so much, and Rani, you can come up and share a story and the medical journey you faced. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bhai. Hi, everyone. Myself Pramodin Raul from Odisha. जैसे कि actually मैं पहले Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
हाँ जी, सुन रहा है
Yeah.
जी.
Thank you so much. Actually, पहले मेरा स्टोरी में अपनी लाइफ के बारे में थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ में बता दूँ तो when I was 16 years old, I got acid attack. There was an army person who attacked me. After the acid attack, my body was burned 80%. I lost my both eyes, matlab forever. I was completely blind for 9 years. I went to coma for 26 hours, and I was in ICU 9 months. After I came out coma stage, I was in paralyzed stage 5 years. So after I recovered my paralyzed stage, I have been connected with Charm Foundation since 2016. After that, my life will be life was very changeful, because after acid attack, it was very difficult for us. जब भी कोई लड़के को फिर acid attack होता है, बहुत सारी चीजें बदल जाती है. सोसाइटी उसको जीने का मौका भी नहीं देता है. एक से बॉडी का पेन होता है इस चीज से, एक फिजिकली जो मेंटली पेन होता है, एक सोसाइटी का जो रिएक्शन होता है, घर वाले साथ छोड़ देते हैं. एक्सपेक्ट माय मदर, मेरी फैमिली में किसी ने मुझे सपोर्ट नहीं किया था. जब मैं चार्म फाउंडेशन से कनेक्टेड हुई, देन माय लाइफ चेंज सो मच. उसके बाद मेरा ट्रीटमेंट कंटिन्यू शुरू हुआ. 2017 में मैं चेन्नई गई शंकर नेते हॉस्पिटल. सो जब मेरी आंखों की रोशनी पूरी तरह से चली गई थी, उड़ीसा में मैंने देखा था हॉस्पिटल में सबने मना कर दिया था कि नहीं, आप नहीं देख सकते हो, क्योंकि देख सकते मतलब आप इतना एक्सपेंसिव खर्चा नहीं कर सकते. ये बहुत एक्सपेंसिव होता है हमारे जो ट्रीटमेंट होता है. तो आप ब्लाइंड सिचुएशन को एक्सेप्ट कर लो. इट वाज वेरी पेनफुल फॉर मी, बट मैंने मतलब स्ट्रेंथ रखा था, कुछ ना कुछ होगा यूनिक. तो फिर चांपाडेशन के साथ जुड़ने के बाद में 2017 में मेरा आई ऑपरेशन कराया. लेफ्ट साइड में एक कन्या ट्रांसपेरेंट हुआ, जस्ट 20% विजन, ज्यादा मुझे दिखता नहीं है. राइट साइड एकदम रिमूव किया गया है, और इसमें अभी मैं चेन्नई गई थी और इसमें एक डुप्लीकेट आई लगा हुआ है, जस्ट नॉर्मल लुक लाने के लिए. तो ट्रांसपेरेंट होने के बाद मैंने चीजों को समझा कि कितना डिफिकल्ट होता है. एवरी 2 मंथ मुझे चेन्नई जाना पड़ता है चेकअप करने के लिए. अगर मैं टाइम से चेकअप नहीं कराऊंगी, वो अल्टरनेटिव ड्रॉप यूज होता है, और सुबह से लेकर मैं बहुत सारे ड्रॉप डालती हूँ. अगर बहुत सारी चीजें नहीं कर पाऊंगी तो मैं ब्लाइंड सिचुएशन में दोबारा चली जाऊंगी. तो मैं सोचती हूँ अगर चाम फाउंडेशन के साथ मैं नहीं जुड़ती, शायद मैं इतना एफर्ट नहीं कर पाती, क्योंकि बहुत सारा होता है, मतलब इसमें इतना सारा पैसा खर्चा होता है. और चेन्नई उड़ीसा से अब सो 1200 किलोमीटर है, तो इतना दूर जाना मेरे लिए भी पॉसिबल नहीं था. तो मैं मेरी फाउंडेशन की मदद से मैं हमेशा 2 मंथ में बाद चेकअप करने के लिए जाती हूँ. तो मेरा बहुत सारी सर्जरी भी रहा है, क्योंकि एसिड अटैक के बाद मेरा जो बॉडी बर्न हो गया था, मेरा नेक एकदम कनेक्टेड है, ईयर नहीं है, ओपन हेड है. तो मैंने सर्जरी भी करना चाह रही थी, बट आंखों के ऑपरेशन की वजह से लगातार ट्रीटमेंट चल रहा था. तो फिर कन्या रिजेक्शन का बहुत सारा चांस होता है, ऑलरेडी रिजेक्शन हो गया. डॉक्टर ने बोला कि अगर आप सर्जरी ज्यादा करोगी तो जो एनेस्थीसिया बार बार लोगी तो आपकी विजन में इफेक्ट पड़ सकता है. तो मैंने सर्जरी करना बंद कर दिया. तो अभी भी क्या दिक्कत हो रहा है, जैसे कि मैं मैरिड हूँ, अभी रिसेंटली मेरी मैरिज हुआ था. तो नाउ आई एम प्रेग्नेंट. बट मैंने जब प्रेगनेंसी प्लान की, मैंने सबसे पूछा था कि मैं प्लान कर सकती हूँ, जो आंखों की दवाई से मेरा कोई असर नहीं पड़ेगा. तो उस टाइम सबने बोला ठीक है, नहीं आप कर सकते हो. जब अभी मैं गई थी चेकअप करने के लिए, मेरा ऑपरेशन हुआ था आंख लगाने के लिए, क्योंकि आगे जाकर डिलीवरी टाइम हो जाएगा, मैं नहीं जा पाऊंगी. जब डॉक्टर को पता चला कि मेरा 6 मंथ शुरू हो गया है, एक प्रेशर ड्रॉप पड़ता है मेरे आंखों में, तो उन्होंने सडन बोल दिया कि आप ये ड्रॉप क्यों डाल रही हो, तो ये प्रेगनेंसी में बहुत ही डेंजरस होता है, आप पहले क्यों नहीं बताई. मैं इतना डर गई थी, मैं इतना रोई, मतलब मैं 7 डेज रुकी चेन्नई में. ये इसकी वजह से ज्यादा टेस्ट हुआ. तो वो फिर डॉक्टर ने समझाया कि नहीं, ये किताबें होता है, तो हम टेस्ट करते. तो बहुत सारे टेस्ट हुआ, उसके बाद उन्होंने ड्रॉप चेंज किया. तो उन्होंने बोला नहीं, सब कुछ ठीक है, आप ये अल्टरनेटिव ड्रॉप डाल सकते हो, जब प्रेगनेंसी ठीक हो जाएगा तो आप बोर्ड वाला ड्रॉप डालोगे. लेकिन ये वाला ड्रॉप डालने से क्या होगा, मेरे प्रेशर लो रहेगा, मुझे दिखना कम हो जाएगा. ये मेरे लिए बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है, लेकिन मैं उस चीज को एक्सेप्ट किया. तो एसिड अटैक होने के बाद ये सब चीजें बहुत सारे लाइफ में पेनफुल होता है. जैसे भाई जी ने बताया कि आई एम ए कंप्लीटली डिसेबिलिटी पर्सन. सिर्फ एसिड अटैक होने से चेहरा नहीं जलता है, लाइफ में बहुत सारा, मतलब बॉडी का बहुत सारे पार्ट्स हम खो देते हैं. मतलब इसको एक्सेप्ट करना और इसको आगे लेकर जीना, ये बहुत सारे डिफिकल्ट है. तो मैं इतना ही बोल पाऊंगी, बिकॉज मैं 7 डेज ट्रेवल्स करके आई हूँ, मुझे थोड़ा सा कोल्ड एंड फीवर है. तो थैंक यू सो मच गिविंग मी अपॉर्चुनिटी. मेरा गला भी बहुत खराब है, मैं ज्यादा नहीं बोल पाऊंगी. थैंक यू.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rani. And as you can see and observe Rani's challenges, she has gone through very much, like in terms of physical disability. She also gone through the multiple all challenges in terms of Rani's case was very typical, and we just tried and communicated this to CM Naveen Patnaik ji there, and then only he got arrested. So it was very challenging, and he was arrested after 7 years of the crime. So, and it is very tough when you know your attacker is out there, and you are not getting just justice, and also you are going through multiple treatments and pain. It is very difficult to survive. So hats off to Rani, and thank you so much, Rani, for sharing your views. So maybe Ritu is there. Hello, Ritu, क्या आप सुन सकते हैं? Ritu's network is not good. She just texted me. So maybe we can move forward, Manpreet ji.
Okay, so we will not get Ritu on the line right now, sir. It's not possible. So we will.
Yeah, I'm Ritu, are you there? Your network is good, so you can come on. Otherwise, she's texted me that her network is not good, and maybe she is not.
Okay, so we will go on to the next.
Yeah, we can move on. Yeah, we can move on with the next.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Soumya ma'am, will you take on?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Adit sir, for those inspiring. It was really inspiring stories and inspiring work that you are doing, and a big hats off to you and your organization. Continue the good work, sir. Thank you. And now I would like to call upon our today's next speaker, Dr. Ravindra Kumar Patar. He has done his MBBS from BLDE Medical College Vijayapura and MS from KIMS Hubli and MCH Plastic Surgery from NHL Medical College Ahmedabad. He is now a consultant plastic and cosmetic surgeon at Vijayapura Burns Plastic and Cosmetic Surgery Department. He worked at Apollo Hospital, Bangalore for a few years and now practicing at Vijayapura. His field of interest are reconstructive surgeries, cosmetic surgeries, and microsurgeries. We welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Hi, all. Myself, Dr. Ravindra Kumar Patar here. I would like to thank all the members over here for giving him an opportunity to speak few things about the acid burns and burns in general. Is the PPT visible there?
Yes, sir. You can start.
Yeah. The topic is on first aid and damage control of acid attack injuries. Before that, let me highlight you a few things on general burns and then go towards the chemical burns, basically the acid attacks. Burn. Just a minute. So burn injuries mainly occur because of an exposure to high temperature things, electrical energies, even chemicals and radiations.
So
Kindly
just
hold
use
on.
the arrow button, sir. Next slide.
No, but this Zoom pictures are, I'm not seeing the full screen here. I'm not able to see my own PPT here. Is it visible completely?
It's visible there. It's visible.
But for me, it is not visible here. Like this toolbar is coming.
Okay.
How?
Sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm just.
have to remove this toolbar and the rest of the people over here.
You're not
Can
able
you-
to see your PPT only, sir.
Partly I would be able to see it.
You just, I just requested for remote control, sir. Just say, okay. No. Sir, I just requested you for remote access. Just agree.
Agree. Okay. It's okay. I'll start now.
Yeah, you can see, sir, now.
It's okay. I have two screens at this.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yes.
So as a humans, our human skin can tolerate any temperatures up to 44 degrees centigrade. Beyond that temperature, the protein damages will occur and the capacity to repair the cell will be damaged and will lead an irreversible damage to the skin. And just a few points on anatomy of the skin. Skin is the largest organ of our body, and skin is broadly divided into epidermis and dermal layers. Epidermis is the outermost superficial layer, where the dermis is the deeper layer. Again, the dermis is divided into papillary dermis and the reticular dermis. And skin acts as a physical barrier, as a temperature controlling unit, the temperature homeostasis, as an immune system, and as a sensory feedback. Burns can be due to a dry heat or a moist heat. Smoke or inhalational injuries can also be there. Electrical burns can also cause burn injuries, and a chemical, the topic of today's discussion, radiation injuries. Even an extreme cold can cause burns. This is a case of flame burns, usually occurring in case of household injuries like cylinder blast or the stove blast injuries. This is a case of scarred burns, where burns occur due to spillage of hot liquids, tea, coffee, or even water. This is a case of contact burns. Heavy metal objects which are very much hot coming in contact with the body will directly leads to third degree burns like this, third to fourth degree. And this is a case of electrical burns. This is a case of acid burn. And there can be burns due to firecracker injuries, mobile battery explosions, laser burns, and even radiations. We classify the burn depths into first degree, second degree, third degree, and fourth degrees. In the first degree, it is only the outermost layer of the skin, the epidermis, is being burnt, and there will be just an erythema in the skin. The wound heals on its own without any treatment or with a minimal treatment within a week or so. In case of second degree burns, there is an involvement of epidermis as well as a part of dermis, that is a superficial dermis, papillary dermis. Here the wound will be extremely painful. There are blister formations, and this wound heals. Healing will take around at least 2 weeks. And second degree deep burns, where the deeper part of the dermis also starts involving here. Third degree burns, where the entire thickness of a skin is being burnt. And fourth degree burns, where skin, subcute, muscle, up till the bone, that will be burnt. This is the first degree burns. You can see the image of the hand over here. Just there is an erythema over that. This is a case of second degree burns. Again, second degree superficial burns. We can see the blisters over there. This is second degree deep burns. And these are third-degree burns where the skin, subcute, and muscles, everything is going to be involved here. And assessment of the burns we do depending upon the amount of body surface area involved, which will decide us on the treatment of the patients, like how much fluid is being required and all. And we need to assess the depth of the burns as well. Why we have classified into first degree, second degree, third degree? Because that dictates what surgical management we are going to do it. There are different charts available to know what percentage of the burns patient is having depending upon the surface area being involved. One is a rule of 9. The other one is this London Broader charts for pediatric patients. We can also use a modified rule of 9 even for this pediatric patients as well. And coming to chemical burns are usually caused by coming in contact with the chemical agents that are either corrosive. And this is a special variety of deep burns. Acid burns, what we call, is a type of a chemical burn. And we have classified burns into different degrees. Invariably, these acid burns are deep burns. There will be no superficial burn like this. Invariably, they are deep burn. That is why they go in for more grievous injuries. There is a full thickness skin involvement. And it can be accidental or homicidal. Accidental can also occur in laboratories or in some household acid preparations. The chemical burns are further classified into the agent involved in that, like depending upon acids may be involved, base may be involved, organic compounds or inorganic agents. The commonly used acids are hydrochloric acid, hydrofluoric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, phosphoric and acetic acid. The bases are the hydroxides of either calcium, sodium, potassium, and ammonias. There are certain organic compounds like byproducts of petroleum and phenol, and inorganic agents like sodium sticks and chlorine gas. The factors which determine the severity are mainly the agent, whether it is an acid or an alkali, what concentration of the agent is being used, what was the volume which was coming in contact, and what was the duration to which the skin was coming in contact, and what is the mechanism of action of that particular agent. In general, acid burns and alkali burns are more dangerous or more deeper than the acid burns because of their different mechanism of action. Acid burns causes coagulative necrosis, whereas this alkali burns causes liquefactive necrosis because of saponification of the fats there. There will be liquefaction of the fatty tissues and there will be deeper penetration with the alkali. Coming to the first aid, the aim would be to stop the burning process first, cool the burnt area, provide a pain relief, and cover the burn. We follow the rule of stop, drop, and roll. Stop the burning process, the heat source, whichever is there, has to be removed. And flames should be washed with water or covered with a blanket or by rolling the victim over the ground. Rescuers should take care to avoid burn injuries to themselves. And pour water on the burns till the burning sensation subsides. The active cooling will remove heat and prevent progression of the burn. This is effective if performed within 20 minutes of an injury. An immersion or irrigation with a running tepid water should be continued for at least 20 minutes. Most of the people think that whenever there is a burn injuries due to any cause, putting the hand in water or water should not be done. Actually, that is a myth. They think that putting water will causes blister. No, that's not the mechanism. It is the inflammatory response of the body which causes blister in second-degree superficial burns. If proper cooling of the burnt area is done, it prevents the further damage because whatever the heat generated, the cooling of the area will prevent the further damage. And while cooling, we should not use ice cold water as the intense vasoconstriction will occur with ice cold water and can cause further burn progression. And there are certain don'ts. We have seen many people applying some toothpaste over the burns, junction violets over the burns, turmeric over the burns. So all those things should not be done. They can lead to infections. And if at all there are blisters, if you are puncturing the blister, it should be done with a very aseptic technique. Then coming to first aids in chemical burns, whenever we encounter patients with chemical burns, whoever is rescuing the victims of acid attack burns or a chemical burn patient, first they should ensure that they should protect themselves from getting chemical burns. They should wear a proper protective glove. So, and remove the patient from the area of exposure is very important. Remove all the clothing and the jewelry. And if there are dry chemicals, we need to brush off the dry chemicals. How to protect the rescuers is wear a double layered protective gloves. Wear a chemical resistant suits, and the openings of the suits should be sealed with a tape. Head covering with eye and face protection needs to be done. Chemical protective boots should be worn. Now coming to removal of the chemical, unlike the acid burns, unlike the flame burns or a scald burns or an electrical burns, wherein once the patient is out of contact with the flame, the tissue damage stops. Whereas in case of acid burns, the tissue damage continues for as long as the chemical remains in contact with the skin. Furthermore, destruction of the epidermis allows the substance to reach the dermis, and it will become more permeable to chemical toxins and may even permit the systemic absorption. To ensure a thorough decontamination, we should remove all the clothing, including the footwear and the jewelry. We should brush off all the dry agents and begin irrigation with copious amount of water. Water irrigation is continued till arrival to the emergency department. Then copious irrigation with water will dilute and removes the large majority of the chemicals. We follow common mnemonic: the solution to pollution is dilution. When initiated in the field, water irrigation will reduce the burn severity and the length of the hospitalization. Moderately warm water in high volumes at a low pressure to be used, and avoid washing chemicals over the unaffected skin. Whenever we are washing the acid burns area, see to it that the acid doesn't enter into an unaffected skin. And take care that the footwear is removed to avoid pooling of the chemical into the shoes. Chemical eye injuries especially require continuous irrigation until the ophthalmologist review is available, and always ensure that the unaffected eye is uppermost when irrigating to avoid contamination. And up to 72 hours, the tissue necrosis will spread after the contact with the chemical till it gets neutralized with the tissue fluid. So hence, this period we can shorten it by continuous irrigations with the water. Regarding eye exposure, eye contacts with acids or alkalis require immediate evaluation and treatment to prevent the permanent vision loss. Alkaline substances usually cause more severe damage, as I discussed, because they causes saponification of phospholipid membranes and leads to further deeper penetrations. Whereas acid burns cause coagulative necrosis, and that may lead to sight-threatening corneal ulcerations and scarring, but these are self-limited. Initial irrigations is performed continuously for about 30 minutes before assessing the pH. Once pH is reassessed every 15 to 30 minutes until it reaches the neutral range. Now, there are certain kinds of chemical burns where we do not irrigate with water. No saline to be used here. These are a dry line because on coming with contact with water, they exert the exothermic reactions and generate more heat and produce more damage. And certain elemental metals like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and phosphorus, better not to use water to wash these things. Use a mineral oil instead. And in case of phenol, also removal of the phenol is usually done with polyethylene glycol, but not the saline irrigation. These are certain first aid measures which we need to take in case of chemical burns. Thank you.
One treatment. Yeah. You can
Dr. Soumya?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, Dr. Ravindra Kumar sir, for briefing us about what exactly happens during burns and what are the main first aids which we can do our own clinic setups and other places. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
And moving on to our next speaker, who is a very dynamic lady, Dr. Shanta Durgesh is an activist for Girl Child, and Madam is a consultant gynecologist at Durgi Clinic and Fertility Center at Basava Kalyana. She has many awards to her CV. She has won a Korean commendation at Siliguri AICOG for original research work on female feticide, and Distinguished Community Service Award at ASCOG 2007 Kolkata, and many poster awards she has received at All India and state conferences. Godfrey Phillips Bravery Award at Orissa 2009, and faculty at many AICOGs and state conferences. As I said, she's an activist for Save the Girl Child and Protect Girls' Rights since 26 years. And a warm welcome to you, ma'am, who is going to talk about girl child rights versus social tradition. Over to you, madam.
Dr. Lakol sir, Dr. Karunakaran sir, and Dr. Manaprit. Very, very good evening to all the delegates also. Today it is the National Girl Child Day, and till now the speakers have talked about acid attacks, and the surgeon has talked about how to repair those attacks and those burns. But now my topic is an overview of the girl child, her rights versus social traditions. Usually we see many problems in our society about the girls' rights, about the girls' development, about the prejudices which are there in our society for a long time against the girl child, and so on. So now we'll come to know what was the status of the woman in India since ancient time. See, in early times, the status of the woman in India was inferior to man in practical life. The scenario was changing slowly. There was a slow and steady rise of women in all fields of importance. This has proved that women can be even better than men if they are given the equal opportunity. But what the changes we are seeing today, they have not come without any hard work or without any movements.
I'm sorry, you are sharing the screen, ma'am.
Yeah, you are not seeing?
No, we are not seeing. Please share.
I'm sharing, sir. 1 minute.
No, yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please share.
Lakshmi Kar.
No problem. We'll wait.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
1 minute. One minute, sir.
No problem, ma'am. We will wait. No.
Yes. I don't.
Yeah. We can see the screen. Just open the PPT now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Full screen.
Yeah. Now you can see.
Yeah, it is visible, ma'am. Make it full.
Yes. Yes. Yes, sir. It's visible.
No, it is visible, ma'am. Full screen, just besides this 78%. Or just go to slideshow and start slideshow.
Yeah.
Slideshow.
Yes.
Yeah, click.
Shall I continue?
No, it is not full screen, ma'am. I'm just asking to make full screen. Just click on the top slideshow button, top. Besides animation, there is slideshow button.
No.
Home, insert, design, animation, slideshow.
One minute.
It is full screen for you.
Yeah, for me it is full screen, sir.
Yeah. Just.
Slideshow.
Yeah, slideshow.
Click, sir.
Yeah. Start from beginning.
Okay. Now you can see the slide.
We can see the slide. Still, it is. From beginning you click.
Yes. From beginning. This is the first slide, sir.
Yeah. Now it is not full screen still for us.
Oh.
Yeah, that the 78% is there. No, down. Just besides that, there's a cup
Yes.
No, not that. That one. Yes.
Now you can see.
Yes. Fine. We can see full screen.
Okay. Sir, I want to go back now.
Just press the back button. Back.
Yeah. Now you can hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Sir, this is the topic given to me is an overview of the girl's rights, her rights versus social tradition. We see so many prejudices about the girl child in our society, and the status of the woman in ancient time was considered inferior to the men, and there were many. Women have to do many struggles to get some rights. And 1200 years back, in the 12th century, that is 900 years back, a great soul who fought for the women, and he awarded the gender equality for the women. He is Mahatma Basveshwara. That is 900 years back. But the same gender equality was adopted by the United Nations in 1948. And the women of the USA were not having the voting power till 100 years back, and they have to struggle for that, and they got it after the struggle. So this is the scenario for each and everything. Women has to struggle, and what today we are seeing some changes in the society, that is because of the struggle of these people. Then we'll talk about the rights, girls' rights. There are two types of rights. Sir, you can hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You can go.
There are two types of rights. One is the constitutional, and second is the legal. The constitutional rights are those which are enumerated in our constitution. So, women laws and rights in India, actually, our daughters and our sons must know about this. Our daughters' safety should be at the top priority. To help us to do so, here in overview of their rights and the laws that protect them in India. The constitutional rights, some of the constitutional rights I have enumerated here for the benefit of all the womankind. The one is, the state shall not discriminate against any citizen of India on the ground of sex. the state is empowered to make any special provision for women. No citizen shall be discriminated against or be ineligible for any employment or office under the state on the ground of sex. The fourth one is the traffic in human beings and forced labor are prohibited by law. The fifth one is the state to secure for men and women equally the right to an adequate means of livelihood. Sixth is the state to secure equal pay for equal work for both Indian men and women. The next constitutional rights are the state is required to ensure that the health and strength of the women workers are not abused and they are not forced by economic necessity to enter avocations unsuited to their strength. There are many others, and the main one important thing is 1/3 of the total number of seats to be filled by direct elections in every panchayat and municipality shall be reserved for women. We have to acknowledge this because of this, many women have been elected to the power, and it is something difficult to suppress them and oppress them. And the last one, and that is the most important one, is the basic right to life is granted to all youths, including women. This is very important because what we are talking about, the female feticide further here, this is the right to life which is denied to a female child. That is very, very oppressive and very, very beautiful situation. The next we will come to the legal rights. And about legal rights, there are many rights. These rights, they change according to the condition, according to the necessity. The one is protection of women from domestic violence, which came into 2005. The Immoral Traffic Act, 1956. Indecent Representation of Women Act, that is again in 1986. Dowry Prohibition Act, which came in 1961. I would like to some details about this Dowry Prohibition Act. We all know that today, when this act came, and today 60 years have been passed. 60 years means it is one full generation. This is not a small time period. But when previously the dowry was in lakhs or something like that, today it has gone into crores. So dowry prohibition, though there is Dowry Prohibition Act, dowry has not been prohibited, but it is on increase. That shows the prejudices in our society. We'll talk about this Maternity Benefit Act, which came again in 1961. And today, because of this Maternity Benefit Act, all the working women, they are getting maximum up to 26 weeks of maternity benefit, which we should be very thankful to this act. Next legal rights are like we being doctors, we know all these Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, Preconception and Prenatal Diagnostic Techniques, which came into 1994. Again, though this everyone knows, all the doctors knows about this Preconception, PC and PNDT Act, but it has partly succeeded in prohibiting or in minimizing the female feticide. The female feticide is still going on. The next is Equal Remuneration Act, and then Family Courts Act, and the Code of Criminal Procedure, which is very important. It came into 1973, and according to this Code of Criminal Procedure, there are certain safeguards for women, like obligation of a person to maintain his wife. Second one is arrest of woman, not by any ordinary police, but by female police only. And the third one is women cannot be arrested from 6 p.m. in the evening to 7 a.m. in the morning. That means there will be no night arrest of any woman. Please note this, because many people are not aware of this. And the another one is women are not supposed to appoint in mines as a night duty. That means from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. Then we'll move on to Hindu Succession Act, which recognizes right of women to inherit parental property equally with men. It has got some changes now. There are some different changes today. Then Hindu Marriage Act, then National Commission for Women Act. This National Commission for Women Act, it is to study the women's rights and to safeguard the women from violation of those rights. The next legal rights are like Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act, which came into 2013, and which provides protection to women from sexual harassment at all workplaces, both in public and private sector, whether organized, unorganized, and many others. We went through all these rules, regulations, the rights, and the constitutional rights and the legal rights. But what we see in reality, the reality is totally different. The darker sides like dowry deaths, though dowry is prohibited by the Act 60 years back, until there are dowry deaths, workplace harassment, sexual harassments. The worst is that of the rape. The cruelest and the dreaded one is of the female infanticide and female feticide, which are still in practice today. This needs to be addressed in a proper manner. Taking into consideration the sharply falling juvenile sex ratio, our government began Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme for the upliftment of girls. One poll was carried out in 2021, according to which India ranked most unsafe country for girls. Then the recent, now let us come to the recent data, what our National Crime Record Bureau gives us the data. Despite so many laws, in 2020, National Crime Record Bureau says there were daily 77 rape cases per day and 80 murders per day in 2020. And the highest about them were seen in Rajasthan. In 2020, again, there were 19 women were killed for dowry. So now we come to the solutions. Actually, these solutions, they are not downloaded from any Google app, or they are not copied from the Western books or Indian books. These are the hard work of my own, our movements, which we carried for the last 26 years. And when we researched the issue, we came to know the real causes of female feticide. And accordingly, we came out with these everlasting solutions. And these solutions, we are going to dedicate to our nation soon. So one of them is preparing young minds. If the young birds are trained, and if the young birds are made aware about the girls' constitutional rights and their violation and its punishment and to how to protect and preserve those rights, that means if we include these things in school curriculum, that will definitely change the young birds' thinking, and we can see a new beginning of new era in India. The second is the loopholes in implementation acts and laws. Everyone knows, though there are many acts and laws concerning women, there are many loopholes also. So these loopholes have to be corrected. The third one is conviction rates in our India is at present low. That has to be increased. There are many factors why the conviction rates are less. We are not going to discuss about that at this moment. Then the fast track courts. These fast track courts were meant for the delivering the results in fast way within 6 months of stipulated time. But what we see in practice, there is a lot of delay. So these fast track courts has to work according to their name, and they have to deliver fast results. Then safety measures, because the girl is not supposed to be safe at home or on the road. So safety measures for a girl child has to be updated with latest technology, advanced technology like closely monitored CC cameras on streets and the gray areas like the dark corners on the streets or on the streets or roads, which have to be brightly lighted. and roads with Mahila health centers. Every 100 meters, there should be a Mahila health center, and the girl should be powered with a special mobile app so that they can contact in emergency immediately with the Mahila health centers. And other things are there. And one more thing I want to enumerate here is removing all prevalent social events like dowry, women harassment, sexual violence, insecurity for girls and their families. These all things. One more important thing is our young generation, especially the manpower, boys, they should boycott. There should be a social boycott for criminal mindset males. Because if this happens, the criminal rate, it comes down. So it is the responsibility of our young birds to take this step, and it will surely create a strong woman and in turn a strong nation. And till now, we have come to teach our girls, our women, the education for girls and women. And now a level has come. Now it is the time to teach our male fraternity to behave with decency and dignity with women, to take equal responsibility in upbringing children and in household chores and in major decision making, as well as there should be no discrimination in male and female. So these are the solutions. I have just read within 5 minutes, but it has taken 26 years to me to come out with these everlasting solutions, which will definitely minimize the female feticide. If I don't mention these champions, then my talk will not be complete. See, now we are talking about the women empowerment and all that, and in this century there is a lot of talk about women and the scene is changing, etc., etc. But 900 years back, in the 12th century, the champion of gender equality, Mahatma Bashveshwar, 900 years back is not a simple thing, you see. Today we are talking and today we are acting, etc. That is in 21st century. But 900 years back, he was such a great visionary who advocated gender equality at that time. Now we'll come to this champion of women education, Savitribai Phule. Who doesn't know her? She has totally devoted her entire life for the women education. And she worked in 1800th century. The next comes this bright and dedicated and the highly educated personality of India, Swami Vivekananda. What he says about women? He says that there is no chance of welfare of the world. Look at this. There is no chance of welfare of the world unless the condition of women is improved. This is very, very important, and one has to underline this. Now, if we see the recent data and if we see the crimes in India against women and all that, actually one loses the hope. But these champions, they have given us one hope, non-ending hope. The sacrifices of those social reformers, the hard work of feminine activists, including me, will not be in vain. I'm very sure that day will come when the entire atmosphere will be charged with positivity towards girl child, and being a girl child will be fully justified. See this young bird with the wings and all that. What she says? She says that, give me wings, I will fly in the sky. Let me fly in the sky. Thank you all. Jai Hind. Hello.
Hello.
Dr. Swami. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Shanta ma'am, for that wonderful, enlightening talk about our own empowerment and our own rights, many of which I think most of us were not aware also. And the struggle, the path of the struggle which you stressed upon, it's like the freedom struggle. And it's exactly the freedom struggle, freedom for girls, and yes, freedom to fly. And thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful talk. And yes, as you said, when we all get the rights to do things our own way, I feel we get more responsibilities also. So let us carry out those responsibilities well to encash those rights. Thank you very much, ma'am. Now I request our Women Doctors Wing Chairman, Dr. Manpreet ma'am, to sum up the session.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Soumya, for this. Well, at the end of the session, actually we were going to announce the prizes for the slogan competition on the girl child. But seeing the atmosphere, I feel it is better that we take time and introspect on what we have heard today, on what thoughts have come to us today, and then there can be celebrations another time. Summing up the session, Mr. Ajitji, your talk was indeed a revelation. We have heard about acid attacks, and we have heard about NGOs working, and we have heard about suffering. But today, what you took us through your journey and the journey of the acid attack survivors, it was really an eye-opener. And we could literally feel the pain of not only of what you have gone through, but also a part of the pain. Of course, we can never really even begin to imagine what those girls and women have gone through. But we did feel a part of their pain, and we do not actually have words to express our thoughts for them. Rani ji, your story is that of a really brave girl. आपने बहुत ही बहादुरी दिखाई है अपनी लाइफ में, और हमारी तरफ से बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. We are all happy for your pregnancy, and हम आशा करते हैं कि आप जितना तंदुरुस्ती अब भगवान आपको दे सकता है दे, और आपकी बहुत ही सेफ डिलीवरी हो, और एक हेल्दी और प्यारा बच्चा आपकी गोद में आए जल्द ही. Dr. Ravi Kumar Pattar sir, your talk was something which was really needed, because frankly speaking, we have never ever thought that if there is an acid attack or an acid accident in front of us, we don't know really what to do. And it was very, very informative about to all of us, as well as for burns. Yes, about burns, we know that rolling on the ground and all. So we have been more accustomed to listening and reading about burns, but not about chemical burns. Fire burns, yes, about chemical burns. And yours was a very, very informative talk and delivered in a very nice and calm manner, which was easy to understand for everybody. And finally, coming to Dr. Shanta Durge ma'am. Madam is a stalwart in girls' rights, and she is a great activist for girls' rights. And it was an honor for us to have her here for us on the National Day of the Girl Child. Ma'am, your years and years of hard work are slowly, I think, bringing a definite positive change in the society. Of course, the hard work of all the people around who are working towards the girl child, and definitely your 26 years of serving the girl child with such positivity and with such enthusiasm and passion. Hats off to you, madam, and thank you so much for making us aware of all the things, new things that have been coming up as far as girl rights are concerned. Thank you so much again, ma'am. Over to you, Dr. Soumya.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for those wonderful closing comments. Now we shall move on to vote of thanks. I request
Soumya, one
Dr.
thing, just
Yes,
excuse me, Soumya. Yeah, I just want
Yes.
to thank Shanta ma'am, because last year on the same day, ma'am had given a talk on PCP&DT Act. So this is the second consecutive
Okay.
year where ma'am has come for WDW program, and definitely it will be third year next year also, ma'am, where you will address us. So you
Yeah,
are
sure.
really inspiring. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure.
And yes, thank you, ma'am. And just one question, ma'am, like for these acid people who are doing this acid attack, what is the punishment meted out for them? Because I just wanted to know about that, because this suffering, which is really so bad. So what is the punishment which the government or the courts give to these people?
See, actually, there should be very strong punishment, I feel. But what in practice, what we see, the punishment is not that much strong, and the facts are getting suppressed, and the investigating agency is not independent. So investigate in a independent manner, and the political interference in that, and all those things. And usually what happens, no, anything happens to a woman or a girl, just people neglect about it. Oh, girl, no, leave it. So that is the tendency in our society. They are not giving much importance to the attacks on the women or girls. And actually, I should not comment the negative things here, but some of the politicians, you might have heard about it. They directly talk, oh, leave about, no, boys are boys and girls are girls. It's okay. So that is the tendency that has to be changed. And definitely it will change once we include the curriculum, girls' rights and its violation, its punishment and all that. If we include in the school syllabus, the young birds will definitely change their mindset, and that will definitely change the position.
If
very, very, very correct, ma'am. Along with that, I think we should teach our own children about respecting a girl child, respecting a girl, whether it's a mother or anybody in their life. So I think when they're still very young, that's the most needed one. We should whoever has sons, I think we should all teach our sons first. So I think the change should start.
Can I add something?
Yes, ma'am.
See, what happens now, it is the mother's duty. The mother should teach the son. Always they teach the daughter only. You should do this and you should not do this and like that. There are rules and frames for only daughters. And whatever the son does outside, no mother, I think no mother care about that. Only thing they think, all the restrictions are for the girls. So it should start from the home, and it is the responsibility of the mother, not only mother, it is the responsibility of the parents to teach their son the correct way of life and how to behave with the women and girls.
Very, very well said, ma'am. So now that Geeta madam had few doubts, so any other participants has got any doubts or questions? I think we still have some 2-3 minutes. Yeah, we can just chip in few questions if you all have, if anyone is having. If no, then
so my opinion is influential people in society, be it men or women, say doctors, activists, all of us, at any point of time you get an opportunity, we need to inculcate in the men that women also need to be equally respected. Particularly we people who deliver babies, we know very well. The moment it's a girl baby, there's nobody outside the labor room. If it is a boy, they're all there to thank you and with sweets. So this is a common scenario. So I think at any given opportunity, we have to make sure that we point out if he is at fault, and not necessarily to the girl telling that you are a girl, you have to adjust. My personal opinion, and that is what I'm doing at my level. And certainly, ma'am, we will all strive to see that things go better than what it is today. Thank you.
Maybe it's all changing, ma'am. It will change over a period of time. It's all changing. Wonderful session, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now we'll move on to vote of thanks. I request Dr. Anuradha Parmesh, ma'am, to give away the vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Very well conducted session. Hats off to our Karnataka State Branch President, Dr. Shukumar Lakol, our Secretary, Dr. Karnakara, and certainly our Chairperson, Dr. Manpreet Kaur, and immediate past President, Dr. Geeta Dopa, and our WTW members, Soumya, and all of us who have logged in. And a very sincere thanks to our wonderful speakers. Each one of you have brought in a very vital point and so many basics which you and me are aware, but you have made sure that this particular aspect, that is presence of a woman has to be respected. You brought it out very well. And Dr. I'm very happy with Dr. Mr. Ajit Singh's speech, because he's striving with the Chanway Foundation, and they're picking up people who are girls who have been affected, who are survivors of these acid attacks, and making sure that they're giving good life to them. A sincere thanks to Miss Pramodini Rani for sparing time, and in spite of her ill health, though her throat was not doing good, she made sure that she passed on her message to all of us. So congratulations and good luck to you, Miss Pramodini. You have set a good example by going through this bad time and then looking to better time. And sincere thanks to, of course, Dr. Ravi Kumar. Yes, you have told us about the first aid measures, the do's and the don'ts. Thanks for that. You went into the basics. Thanks for that. And certainly, Dr. Shanta Durge, yes, you are from Baswa Kalyan, and I'm very happy that you mentioned about our great activist, Shri Basveshwara. Yes, we have to remember him, because 900 years back, he has struggled for women equality. And certainly you touched upon Swami Vivekananda, and also another woman about Miss Savitri Bai Phule. Thanks a lot for that. And I sincere thanks to each and every delegate who has logged in and made our session very successful. Hope we have been able to provide you the message that is required and the significance of this particular special day, the National Girl Child Day. We are thankful even to our government for recognizing women or girls' requirement. Thanks, Dr. Manpreet Kaur, for giving me an opportunity to deliver vote of thanks. Thank you, one and all. And of course, a sincere thanks to our web manager, Mr. John. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.